Okay, so we've completed the first part of the project for the backyard, and that's the installation of the NFT systems. Now, by the time the garden's complete, the garden's going to be able to accommodate about 1,000 plants at any one time being grown. And at 3 crop rotations a year, that's about 3,000 plants a year. So the next problem that comes up is how you're going to supply the plants for the system. Now, if we go to the nursery stores or the hardware stores and buy from seedlings, buy seedlings, depending on the time of year you buy them and what you're buying, you're probably going to be spending around about 50 cents a seedling. And that can all add up, because at 3,000 plants a year at 50 cents, that's $1,500 a year of seedlings. Now, the other day I went and purchased 3,500 seeds for $17. And if you're able to grow from seed, it's going to make the whole running of the system a whole lot cheaper. So what we're doing now is going through how it is that I germinate from seeds and how we're able to keep the costs down to almost near $0. So let's go have a look at how it's done. So the first thing to keep in mind here is that at no stage of the plant's life do they actually ever see soil. What we're layering here in these cells is vermiculite, and the advantage of using vermiculite is that once the seeds have germinated and the seedlings have grown, what you're able to do is dust off the vermiculite and use it again and again. And in using this type of system, what we're able to do is keep the costs right down. So what we're doing now is sowing the seeds, and the next step is going to be the watering of the trays. And before watering each tray, be sure to label them. Some seedlings can look similar to others, and this will help avoiding confusion moving forward. When watering the trays, I use a bottom pour method. It's the least disruptive to the seeds, and what we're able to do is pour in the solution with the nutrients in them into the tray, and then that solution then gets absorbed up through the vermiculite via capillary action. The next step is to spray the trays with nutrient solution, and this ensures that the seeds are all moistened and are ready to go moving forward. Once this is done, we'll put the lids onto the trays to ensure that humidity is kept high within the trays and to facilitate the seeds germinating. It's important that once these seeds germinate and start coming through the vermiculite, that you remove the lids to help facilitate the hardening off of the seedlings. If you leave the lids on for too long, you risk molds beginning to form and the seedlings dying off. Now these trays are being put onto heat mats, and the heat mats facilitate the seeds germinating. From the time of shooting this video, I've changed the system around a little bit. Instead of depending on heat mats anymore, what I've done is put an oil heater into the room, and what we're able to do is adjust the temperature of the whole room to be at an optimal temperature, and all of the plants being grown within this room are able to benefit from that. In addition to the germination tent, I've also got a rack system that I've set up. The light cycles for the germination and the growing of the seedlings are 18 hours on for light and 6 hours off. I believe that the lights that we're using are 40-watt lights. They put out about 6,000 to 6,500 Kelvin, and I believe that the lumens are about 2,500. This rack system can generate about 720 seedlings at any one time. And together with the tent system that can generate 144, we can at one time generate around about 864 seedlings. So the question now is, with all of these lights and the heaters running, is it cost effective? Well, the lights are only about 40 watts, and the heater that we're using now, which is an oil heater, doesn't use a huge amount of power. That being said though, we have a fairly significant solar system on our roof, and that together with the battery that we've got that actually stores that power means that we do pay nothing for electricity. And in fact, the credits that we're able to generate from the electricity that we generate can also go towards paying for our gas, which is with the same energy provider. I think another thing to be said about growing your plants hydroponically or aquaponically is that it's been said that growing plants this way uses about a fifth of the amount of water as what you would need to use if you were growing plants, or the equivalent number of plants in soil. So from an energy usage point of view and a water usage point of view, it seems to be fairly attractive. Another advantage of having a large system like this is that you're able to plant the seedlings at different times to ensure that the plants are ready at different times and to ensure that you have an adequate supply of plants at all times. So that's it for this video, and I'll be moving on to the next part of the project.